Definitely convenient.
It's just much more
You
convenient.
mean you
and
guys
it's not
don't
scary.
you guys
too.
don't like shop
Yeah.
at like 2 a.m. on Amazon, like in your bed?
Okay. Oh no, at 2 a.m. Yeah, I thought you meant like who was camping out at
No.
like a Target.
No,
I never understood that. If you ever camped out at a Target, tweet us pictures. At what are we? WMSC?
Yeah.
What's
90.3.
90.3 on Twitter, and then everything else I think is WMSC Radio.
Exactly.
I have that memorized still for my ADJ test.
But yeah, no. I mean, online consumers spent an average of $325 during the weekend on holiday purchases, which is up from $301 last year. And it used to be, grandma would give you money and, you'd run out to the Target at 2 a.m., which doesn't make any sense to me.
I think even over the last few years of being like home in the pandemic and then like, also getting other
Especially over the last
technology,
2
like,
years,
through that process, like Instacart and all these other things, like Instacart doesn't just do your groceries or not DoorDash, like they can go to other stores too, which makes it easier for people to just like order things at home and not be like, oh, I don't have to go out. I could just order it from the comfort of my home. Like, why?
Exactly.
Even Annabella says this year's boring with the radio stories.
Yeah.
Who?
But
Annabella?
Let's.
Our general manager, Annabella Poland.
Yeah.
Have y'all not been here so long y'all forgot?
Annabella Poland, the legend. She's
Hi,
coming
Annabella.
soon, hopefully. Hi, Annabella. I promise nothing's on fire yet. Don't look at the Zoom though.
Hey guys, breaking news, groundbreaking news. The computer did update. It's fantastic. We're on Zoom now. To all
So
the
we're on
Facebook,
Facebook, yeah.
ladies out there, this is for you. This is for you.
Oh yeah. All right. Hey, everyone wave. Wave at the Zoom cameras.
Smile and wave.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. That said, we are going to take a quick little break. I've been informed that now on the Morning Buzz, we have a segment to play music. Is that right?
Every hour.
Ooh, I am so excited. So they, unfortunately for them, left me at the board. So I'm gonna give a guess to the lovely Amanda Marino and lovely Leslie Gallagher. I remembered it.
Remember her last name?
What do y'all look? I can barely remember.
Actually, her last name is Gallagher.
Gallagher.
In
Gotcha.
Ireland, yes.
I can barely
I'm sorry,
remember what I
since
had
found
for
that out,
breakfast.
Lucky Charms.
You probably didn't even eat
Magically
breakfast. You
delicious.
had a monster.
Exactly. That's why I can't remember.
Before 8 a.m. So
My
it's
veins
okay.
are flooded with caffeine and radio waves. So I'm gonna give you two a guess. What am I gonna play?
You're gonna play some with confidence. aren't you?
Oh, she beat you to it, Leslie. That is correct. I looked
Like close.
I looked in the system, and surely enough, they did not remove
Oh,
my
you should have
music.
taken it out.
Yeah, I know. I would have played it anyways. I would have brought in my ukulele and did a horrible rendition. That said, we're gonna play one of my favorite versions of one of my favorite With Confidence songs. If you've ever heard me on the air, you've probably also heard my voice followed up by Voldemort by Voldemort from With Confidence with Confidence.
Potter.
But this is featuring John Floriani. Let's kick it.
First night that she said, oh, maybe I can do this on my own.
I remembered everyone's names.
Wow. You know what's wild is like I was just saying to Ryan in the break, that song, I haven't heard that song in a second. And me and Ryan recently discovered that the band is like breaking up, which is like hurting Ryan
I
so
was
much.
crying in the club at like 2 a.m. on Twitter. I was so sad.
My club is Twitter.
Did you say crying in the
Yes.
club?
On Twitter. I don't go
Are
clubbing.
they still open?
Yeah, I was gonna say the club is
Yeah.
like dying out.
That's true. Much like all of the middle of the night diners that New Jersey is so fond of, the clubs are dying out. But no, with confidence, a little mini music news update that's very personal to me and nobody else cares about, but it's fine with
A
confidence.
mini news update that happened like a month ago.
Yeah, they announced it like a month ago. They're breaking up, unfortunately, and I'm really sad. And it's their last tour, and I'm not getting a chance to go see them. But it's fine because I met them in real life, so it's cool.
It's been a long day. Without you, my friend. All right, let's talk about railroads, everybody.
Let's
Hey
do it.
guys, get copyrighted
Yes,
from
sir.
Facebook
Yeah, I know.
there.
Hey, speaking of
5 seconds and we're good.
Speaking of railroading the conversation into another story,
Whoa, transitions. The U.S. House has passed a bill that would bind companies and workers to a proposed settlement that is reached in September, but rejected by some of the 12 unions involved. The measure passed by a vote of 290 to 137 and now heads to the Senate. If approved, there it will be signed by President Joe Biden, who urged the Senate to act swiftly. Big fan of that, Leslie.
I really
big
thought
fan.
you were not gonna say something for a second, and then you did.
I had to. I feel like I was forced to. Biden had this to say on the situation, quotes, without the certainty of a final vote to avoid a shutdown this week, railroads will begin to halt the movement of critical materials like chemicals to clean our drinking water as soon as this weekend. Let me say that again. Without action this week, disruptions to our auto supply chains, our ability to move food to tables, and our ability to remove hazardous waste from gasoline refineries will begin, end quote. Business groups, including the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and the American Farm Bureau Federation, have warned that halting rail services would cause a devastating $2 billion per day hit to the economy. The bill would impose a compromise labor agreement brokered by the Biden administration that was ultimately voted down by 4 of the 12 unions representing roughly 115,000 employees at the large freight railroads. The unions have threatened to strike if an agreement can be reached before a December 9th deadline. Well, it looks like just the beginning of this, guys. Hey, how about we just start drinking dirty water from now on? And
I like that idea.
I love it. I enjoy not having safe water to drink, and I'm glad our government was able to stop that temporarily for a couple days. But given our track record, I'm sure they'll probably get it done the day of because our government really likes to wait till last minute to do anything, huh?
no idea what you're talking about. Our government is definitely always probably on top of everything, I think.
Absolutely. Why don't we go back 80 years in history and see what we were up to?
It's not a good time for either one of us as a
I was gonna say I don't know about that one, Chief.
JT.
Hey, speaking about everything always definitely being on time and as planned, they are, so I don't know if y'all have ever heard of this little landmark. It's a small little wooden bridge, I think, called the Golden Gate Bridge.
Pretty
Is that
wow, I've
something
never
what it's
heard of
called?
it. Really? Where is it?
I think in it's in like Trenton or something, right? Anyway. No, so the Golden Gate Bridge has unfortunately been the location of, I believe it's over 2,000 suicides in the past like 25 years. Well, thankfully, they have been under kind of construction of making a giant suicide prevention net for the Golden Gate Bridge, which is amazing. That said, I think they slightly underestimated the cost. Originally, the design was supposed to cost 142 million. It is now costing bare minimum 398 million. So they lowballed it a little bit.
A little?
Just a smidge.
A tiny bit off, huh?
Just a tiny bit. The project does aim, though, to add a 20-foot wide stainless steel mesh nets on both sides of the nearly 2-mile long bridge and replace maintenance platforms used by bridge workers that were built in the 1950s. The work on the net began all the way back in 2018 and was originally set to be completed January of last year, but keeps getting delayed. Speaking of our wonderful, on time, and always
Great track record.
set government. Cough, cough, 46 construction, cough, cough.
Oh God, don't even say.
Bridge officials in 2008 voted to move forward with the net, meant to deter those looking to jump to their deaths and catch those who unfortunately do. Paul Muller, president of the Bridge Rail Foundation, a nonprofit created to end suicides on the bridge, said that the section began viewing the Pacific Ocean and San Francisco Bay because it has been the site of, as I said earlier, nearly 2,000 suicides since 1937. That's including the past 25 years alone. That said, to take a quick break, if you or anybody out there that you know is struggling, please call the National Suicide Prevention Help Hotline 988. It is 988, and I was very happy when I was on air the day I discovered that they
We were
actually,
reporting on it
when they report, we reported that it is no longer a very long number. It is simply 988. I'm going to say it again. This is a very important topic. 988. But I think this is awesome. A giant net to catch, to even not just to catch, but to help deter. I think just it being there
Yeah,
is
that
awesome.
visual might kind of take people out of that mindset and be like, okay,
Yeah,
seeing that.
it takes the, weirdly enough, as a not the best way to put it, but weirdly enough, the ease of access, I guess, away from it, right?
Yeah.
Because
Makes it a little more
yeah,
difficult, which is a good thing.
exactly, which is a very good thing, which I think that alone will help deter people. But again, if you or anybody else is struggling, 988, don't be afraid to call. They're great people. But dude, 400 million from an original price of 142 million.
More
You
than
know,
double.
Hey, wait,
did
hold on,
this.
hold on. Inflation?
In 4 years? I don't know enough about economics, so if there are any economics professors listening, you could
Or
call me out.
engineering.
Or engineering.
It's like they
What, 100?
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Also, not for nothing, the net is made out of stainless steel.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a
Like,
stainless steel
I-
mesh net.
expensive.
Not for nothing, I thought for sure it was gonna be like a string net or something.
That's what I was
Um,
assuming it was.
and then it's like
Fancy net.
yeah, I thought it'd be like a safe fall for somebody, but stainless steel, I imagine that. Say steel, I imagine that catches anything. So if
I
like a
mean-
bus falls off a bridge, is it catching
Oh,
the
yeah.
bus?
No,
Or
absolutely.
is it breaking the
I could imagine
chains?
this, that would probably be able to like catch a car. Yeah, if you're an engineering person, tweet us at WMSC.
That is
Plug
But-
those socials.
invitation to drive
Anyways,
off the
we are
not yet?
No,
Gonna
don't
get-
test it.
anyways, we're gonna head into our next break. Stick
We are.
around here at 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want
This
to be
guy
petted.
heavy too.
A heads up before something bad happens.
I gotta say, I don't mind listening to the same few songs over and over again.
I think it's nostalgic.
It is.
kind of fun.
It is fun.
I do that.
I played the Star Spangled Banner 9 times in a row.
Only 9?
Yeah.
You don't
Well,
play
it's
it 10. Come on,
It's
you can do
American
that.
tradition. If you play it 10 times, you're a communist. That's
It's too suspicious if you
Yeah.
play it that many times.
It's got to be single digit.
9
Gotta be
is the
9.
perfect
Yes.
amount.
You should play 50 for each state.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Next week on the Buzz, George is gonna do that for a whole 6 hours.
We're gonna turn his mic down, and he'll just be in the background saying just singing it on loop throughout the show.
I'll be saluting.
Karaoke hour.
He's got to do 50 different renditions.
Give him ideas because he will do it.
Oh man.
I'm not afraid.
So I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how the heck to transition to this one, but hey, Epstein.
Yo, the
That was a good one.
Epstein. Yeah.
Yo,
Honestly, that was a perfect transition, to be honest.
that, kids, is what's called a segue. The U.S. Virgin Islands announced yesterday that it reached a settlement of more than $105 million in a sex trafficking case against the estate of financier Jeffrey Epstein. This, finally, is the end of a nearly 3-year legal battle seeking to hold Epstein accountable for sexually abusing dozens of underage girls and causing environmental damage on the 2 islands he owned in the U.S. Virgin Islands. The islands will be sold also as part of the agreement. Epstein's estate agreed to pay the territorial government $105 million in cash, and half of the proceeds from the sale of St. James Island, where Epstein owned a home, and authorities allege many of his crimes took place. So it's like 105 cash plus,
Cash?
How much does it take to buy an island? And yeah, cash.
How does that work?
They should pay it all in singles. Imagine.
Nah,
I forget what
forget
it
it.
was. I
Get it? It's coins.
no. So hold on. There is
Penny.
a case, and it's gonna. Please, somebody look this up while I butcher the storytelling of this. But there was a case where a company paid another company like some settlement, but they were so petty about it, they actually paid it in coins.
I feel like I remember that too.
Like they actually just delivered truckloads of like pennies and nickels and stuff, and that
Oh,
is.
I think
we
it was
have a fact
Samsung
check.
paying
No,
Apple.
we
Was
have
it
a
Samsung
fact
playing
check.
Apple?
Samsung
Yeah.
did not
No,
pay
it
Apple
wasn't.
$1 billion.
We
in
did
coins.
have a story I remember when I was
Oh yeah.
back
Oh,
when I was
never mind.
producing when I was still here. It was something with Tara. We talked about that it was like someone delivered like a giant what's the thing like called like a barrel like a wheelbarrow
Yeah.
of like all coins
Yeah.
like, and they were trying to be petty about like their last paycheck or something. So
That's
like people are like, it was some kind of funny story we talked
That's
about on the
funny.
Buzz back then, but
Petty
yeah,
stories are the greatest, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think more people should be just like
petty.
not petty, like petty, but like funny petty, right?
thought
So
you
like
said
delivering
penny
someone a
stories.
wheelbarrow full of pennies is funny petty.
Like but like think of that as your check though. Like in a way, like you'd be so
I would-
annoyed.
I would be so hyped because
Why?
it would only
In
be
what
world?
because
Could you
that's
bring up a
funny.
thing then?
If you got your say you
No,
left
you know
a
what?
job and they
You know
gave
what?
you
Those in
a
the
barrel of
You know why?
pennies?
Because I would get my friend who also does photography with me. We would set up a professional looking photo shoot of me swimming in cash, and I would tweet at it as
But,
a
like,
bit. I'd be
pennies?
like, yo, check me out swimming in all this money, and it's just like $500 in pennies.
Oh,
It's just a
You
bit.
would look so cool.
I would look so
Imagine
cool.
wheeling
I'd smell
all of
like
that
copper for
TD Bank.
weeks.
That's heavy.
I feel bad for the TD Bank people. Me walking in with a wheelbarrow full of pennies, and they're just like,
They would- you have to roll them.
Yeah.
I was gonna say they would turn you away.
They
You
would
have to
have
roll
the
them
machine
yourself.
and-
yeah.
They'd be like, go back.
They'd be like, no. This is the 4th one of you this week. Get out of here. Roll them yourself.
I just asked, can you imagine like going to the bank as the other person and be like, oh, so I have to take out $500, but I want it in pennies.
I
Oh,
no way.
just taking that out.
If I'm the bank
That's-
teller, I'm being, sir, this is not what we're doing here. No, I'll give you $10 max in
That's true.
pennies.
A wonderful GM Annabella just sent me a message and said, Georgia man whose boss paid him in 91,515 pennies finally gets real payment. So that was a real story. Yeah.
Oh,
I can't do it, man. That's not good for the program. I'm more of a Bills or Zelle. Just Zelle somebody money. Or
right.
think about this:
Venmo,
direct deposit.
direct deposit,
Big fan.
Crazy.
Cash
I'm
App.
sorry, that's too easy.
Too futuristic. my
I'm
bad,
sorry.
guys.
It was not
Pay me in Bitcoin.
91,515 pennies, not dollars. So
91,000. What is that? I'm dyslexic. Somebody help me with that.
I have no
$91?
idea. Also, right,
$910.
what?
I love how
Okay.
the story was about Jeffrey Epstein.
Hey, speaking of
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein, a statement from the Attorney General. See, that's a segue.
Yeah.
From Attorney General Denise George reads, We owe it to those who were so profoundly hurt to make changes that will help avoid the next set of victims. Adding that she met with 3 alleged victims who were trafficked and sexually exploited on Little St. James Island. The estate will also return over $80 million in economic tax benefits that some U.S. Virgin Islands officials say Epstein and his co-defendants, quote, fraudulently obtained to fuel his criminal enterprise, end quote. So, like, just thank God that this is over, right?
Is it though? I feel like this is just the beginning, you know?
That's true. Wait
Getting
until
to
the
the end.
follow-up story where he
Yeah.
pays it all in pennies.
The new doc where they have new information about Epstein.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's of a majority, quote unquote, over.
Yeah.
You know, there's always going to be the follow-ups.
It's like
Netflix
January
series.
6th. It never really goes away.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey, what a great time. What a great time.
We'll find a story in the future that territory government $105 million
I mean,
in cash paid in pennies.
You just gotta think about this is all gonna be in the history books in like 5-10 years. It's all gonna
It's
be in somebody's
true.
like textbook that they're learning in school.
So I think this might be a story that the government probably doesn't want to have in our textbooks.
I mean, you could say that about a lot of things.
Exactly. There's a lot of missing pages in our textbooks.
There are.
You know what? They already are.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh.
if y'all want to know American history, do your own research. School's pretty cool, though. I have to say that because we're in college, right?
Yeah.
School kids.
Well, you graduated.
Yes,
No.
like
That's the same.
graduated.
Your dad graduated.
You-
I got a piece of
be
paper
honest.
from the school.
The most expensive piece of paper you'll ever get. Though.
It's true, and the most expensive piece of jewelry. I got my college ring on.
Oh wow.
But-
Do you like actually wear that, or are you just wearing that
Every day.
today?
I wear it every day because it costs me
I was
close
gonna say, it
close
might
your
be actually worth it.
anyone who wants to buy one, close your ears. It cost me like $450.
You actually bought yours?
Oh yeah.
You're holding an Xbox on your finger right now.
I'm putting an Xbox on my finger. But
Xbox is actually listening to that.
It might be. Ideas. Please. You have 2 Xboxes on your finger.
That's an overestimate.
So anyway, is
Yeah.
That's like the 400 million to 142 estimate, Isaiah.
George, you know what? I want to mute George's mic. He's talking too much.
is enough about the Xboxes. Is anybody else like fortunate that they live in like New Jersey and
No.
not?
No.
Wow. I'm trying to do a segue. over
oh, it's a
here.
segue. Yes.
I love New Jersey.
Because like we actually like as much as we might say like we can't really afford places to live here and things like that.
You got
We
babies.
don't have bad weather here. I mean, compared to something like in the South where we have an update about
Oh.
several tornadoes in the South.
That's true.
Apparently a mother and her 8-year-old son were found dead in central Alabama after a tornado with winds up to 115 miles per hour struck overnight. There have been at least 34 tornadoes in Mississippi, Louisiana, and Alabama, according to the National Weather Service. This is like scary, guys. I don't know. Like the idea of a tornado, I always just think of like the Wizard of Oz, and like I just think of like it's just like the house spiraling, and I know it's not like like
Yeah,
a movie,
no.
but like it's like it scares me. I'm like fortunate to live in like I feel like New Jersey, where like I mean like we do have bad weather occasionally. Like we have bad snow, we have had bad hurricanes like Sandy and stuff, but like
Yeah.
we don't really have as much
Yeah.
bad weather like that, if that
Like,
makes any
yeah.
sense,
Yeah.
Yeah,
thankfully.
I've enjoyed life. I've enjoyed weather in different climates. I will not like you couldn't pay me to live in the south of Mississippi, Louisiana, and Alabama.
Yeah,
Ugh.
Apparently Montgomery Fire
Shout out
Rescue
to our Mississippi, Louisiana, and Alabama listeners, though. Y'all,
No.
y'all are
No,
like-
no. Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama. Sorry about it, but
No.
your states are terrible. And it is
Pause.
what it is.
If you live in Mississippi
Listener.
and you're listening to some random college station in New Jersey,
Wow.
go you, man.
no,
Yeah.
Why?
Like,
Why?
To you.
Why? But go
Montgomery,
you.
Montgomery Fire Rescue saved one person and extracted 2 bodies from a home in Montgomery County, Alabama, where winds had gone up to 115 miles per hour from a confirmed EF1 tornado. The victims were identified as, I'm going to butcher this name, and I'm so sorry, Chiquita Broadnax and an 8-year-old son, Cedrus T. So,
Sedarius Tay. Close enough.
that's some sad stuff, man.
yeah.
I think that's also the scariest part is
love from 90.3
yeah.
over.
an hour.
and also it's like it's very early in the morning, everyone's just sleeping, and that's a sad moment to be a part of, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully their families are able to I don't even know how to go with that. That's a tough
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, it's a tough situation for sure. But let's try to keep the morning light and make some happy news.
Well,
Right?
Epstein.
No.
That's not happening.
Before we move on,
Isaiah, that's not how you do a segue.
Not good
after a lot of storms, before we move on, there are always like charities and things that go up to help. So keep an eye out for things like that. There are definitely going to be ways to help this because that is crazy. 115
for sure.
mile hour winds.
It's scary.
That's a lot.
But
That's crazy.
obviously shows support,
Yeah.
maybe.
Always
if
show
you-
your support.
And
Be nice. But hey, y'all ever see the movie Twister? That's a bad segue. Speaking of movies,
No, Sharknado.
Sharknado, the superior
Anyways,
storm movie.
like happy,
Wait.
happy fun news.
Leslie, this segment critically acclaimed.
Oh,
Lana
yes.
formerly hosted it. She's off for the week. But I mean, old ladies have come up to me on the street. Young ladies have come up to me on the street and said, "We want more Lana." So the anticipation for this segment is at an all-time high, and you got to deliver. You got to deliver.
So is it normally called
Leslie
kicking
delivers.
it back with Lana?
Yes,
Featuring
picking it back
Leslie.
with Lana. She does a good job.
That was
Yeah.
insane.
You have
Back
all
to
the pressure
Leslie
today.
today.
And Lana normally does an amazing
If
job
this
with that.
segment flops, we're kicking you off the butt. No, I'm kidding.
Oh wow! Don't worry, Leslie. Don't worry, Leslie.
But no one has
Kind
ever
of.
heard of this segment before. Go,
Yeah,
Leslie.
it's a different segment. It says kicking it back with Leslie.
Leslie,
Debut.
Yeah.
Since
Anyway,
what?
Leslie, talk about some movies. What's going on in the movie world?
Alrighty, so first up we have Violent Night, which comes out this Friday, which maybe wasn't the happy news you were expecting.
It's a movie.
It's
Like,
a-
it's a little-
It's
yeah.
nice. It's feel good.
I don't know why it's called Violent Night because it seems to be a Christmas movie. It,
Like
It's
Silent
a
Night.
Christmas horror.
Read it,
movie.
you'll find out.
Silent Night, but
Isn't it a
Violent
Christmas
Night.
horror?
I love how all of you are telling me about the thing. I'm not there yet.
I'm like back,
and you'll find out why.
taking it back with Leslie and Co.
The movie takes place in winter time as David Harbour playing Santa Claus has to save Christmas from a paramilitary group seizing the estate of a wealthy family on Christmas Eve, and Santa Claus must answer the daughter's Christmas wish and step in and save the day and our gift-giving holiday known as Christmas. Where does it mention that it's a horror movie?
Well,
It's
I just
not a
looked it
horror
up and I did a quick. I just
It's like an action.
also
movie.
like, why is Hopper playing like Santa Claus? Like who got that to happen?
Have you guys not seen the poster or trailer
I-
for this one?
No.
Like,
Really?
poster.
I saw a poster. It looks bad.
Yeah, it
I don't like the title.
looks
at all.
bad,
This. Look at
but
look
I
at-
want to see it.
Oh yeah, no, I want to see it
I
too.
don't-
I'm a sucker for dark Christmas movies. My literally favorite Christmas movie is Krampus. I watched it last night before bed.
I'm a sucker for just
Dead.
good bad
It's
movies.
poor
My
man.
favorite movies.
That's the only time I have to watch movies now.
Nah. I don't know. I like horror movies, but I don't know. I don't know about this one. This one doesn't look too. Wait,
I don't like the poster.
I must look up if Rotten Tomatoes has a score yet for
That
it.
said, the next movie looks awesome.
Yes, the next movie is
I
called
actually want to see this movie.
Emancipation, and it also comes out this Friday with Will Smith starring in it.
You're not gonna read it?
I
Come
didn't
on.
read
No, I'm gonna
script. All right.
I'm gonna read it. This is what this bullet point says. Coming out this Friday as well. Will Smith has finished his apology tour for slapping the soul out of Chris Rock.
This is an old reference.
It's so
But it's
funny. though.
funny.
Just talked about it
Yeah.
yesterday with Leslie.
Anyways, he plays Peter, a slave that flees a plantation in Louisiana after he was whipped to the point of almost losing his life. And the movie follows Peter's journey up north and the struggles of an escaped slave.
I'm
Something like-
sorry,
What?
but I'm gonna speak as the minority in the group. When I say I'm about sick of black trauma movies, I think we've had our fill. The last one I tolerated was Selma, and wasn't that like 2012, maybe like 2014?
Yeah.
But with like, I don't know, they're trying to bring them back, and with Till and with Emancipation, and there is this one that came across when the only thing I remember from it was Daniel Radcliffe was playing a racist, and I don't know, but I'm about
Harry
sick of
Potter?
seeing-
You know, you
Yeah.
bring oh man. No, but you bring up a good point because I saw a this is gonna most like young person thing I'm ever gonna say, but I saw a TikTok about this. What is with the you're right. I think it is just like what is with all the black trauma movies coming back? Because why can't I think the guy's point was like, why can't we just have a movie with minorities in it, and it's like not about
Uplifting.
it's just not about their struggle. It's just about like
Them.
them,
Yeah.
like they just
People,
so happen to
individuals.
be like the main character.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can I say something wild here? I just looked up the guy that wrote it, and it is a white man.
Oh,
So, I mean, it's crazy concept, but I mean, like it's almost like either it's always somebody that's like writing it or that's like funding it. That's like of the opposite, like like in this case, a white person that's doing it, and then it's like at the same time, it's like this isn't the diversity you should be showing in your movies. You should be able to show it in just creating a normal screenplay and being like, okay, cool, let's get the best person for the job in the role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really said, "Here you go. Here's more trauma." Like, why can't we see more black people
Yeah.
renovating houses? I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it.
Also,
The literal property
to-
brothers.
to steer to steer back for a second to that Violent Night thing, I wanted to look up the score. So it's actually at a 70 on Rotten
Oh, wow,
Tomatoes.
that's
That's
not
bad.
No, that's not
That's
bad.
bad.
Nice.
For a Christmas movie,
I'm
that's like
skeptic.
100.
That's for real. though.
Honestly, I think it got a better rating than that Spirited movie with Ryan Reynolds, which was
Ooh.
bad.
Ooh, please.
Nice.
I
Was
saw
the
the
one
trailer
that
for
came
that.
on Apple TV.
Yeah, that was bad. Don't waste your
Oh,
time.
Hey, speaking of Christmas movies,
Oh yeah, we have one more. Christmas with the Campbells. Christmas with the Campbells completes the trifecta of movies released on Fridays, but will not appear in theaters. Instead, it will debut on Amazon Prime. The movie follows Jessie, who gets dumped right before the holidays by her boyfriend Sean. But in a Hallmark movie, Hallmark move. Hold on, sorry. His parents convince her to still spend Christmas with them and Sean's handsome cousin while Sean is away. This sounds awful.
This
What? Okay. There is
That sounded like the most boring sentence I've ever read on the pod.
there is a time and a place for a Hallmark kind of style movie.
Is there?
yes,
Yes.
because Hallmark movies are superior films. I love Hallmark movies. I am okay. So, weird fact about me: if you've ever seen me in real life, that's probably the last sentence you've expected me to say because I do not look like an enjoyer of Hallmark movies. But Hallmark movies are perfect Christmas time movies.
I
No.
think, yeah, I mean,
Square up.
they're holly jolly. They're a little full of stereotypes.
Oh, they
and-
are absolutely. They're
exactly
full of
what
horrible
it
dumb
is.
stereotypes.
You know exactly what the
Because they're
plot
a little
is.
bad.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
It's like big city
This
big
sounds-
city girls goes to small
First.
town.
Fall in
Hallmark
love with the
movies are
lumberjack.
just Lifetime movies without the murder.
This is true.
Okay, I mean,
good no Hallmark movie.
as a person that works for Lifetime, yeah,
Ooh.
I it's true.
It's
Last
fair.
night, me and my roommate were talking about Lifetime movies, and he said something that really opened my eye. He said, "Lifetime movies is just a bunch of middle-aged white women writing stories about mother's worst fears." It's always like, "Oh my God, she went to the mall without asking, and now she's getting kidnapped. This will
Yeah.
teach you to something."
Actually, it makes so much sense
So
now.
much.
You're right.
I love it. I love it.
Like, how do we scare the youths into not going to the mall?
Alrighty, but wait. Okay, question for you, Ryan. Since you're such a fan of these types of movies.
Yes.
Based on this description, would you watch this? Because this sounds boring.
Well, here's the thing. You didn't say it with the Hallmark holiday voice. The movie follows Jessie, who gets dumped right before the holidays by her boyfriend, Sean. But in a Hallmark move, his parents convince her to still spend Christmas with them.
Wait, can we
Wait,
can we
sorry,
stop
they
for a
break
second?
up and then they spend Christmas.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
actually, that sounds like a horrible. Why would you do that?
Can we talk about that these are like
That's
also
breaking the broken.
the whitest names and the whitest families? So talking about not being diverse. I don't know. I didn't look up the movie. I couldn't
that
completely
no,
wrong.
that I will say I don't like about Hallmark movies. It's all like you don't see. It's all just sour cream. Like
More
Oh,
black
no,
people
I
in
was-
stupid movies like this, but
I
no,
was
they give
right.
us slaves. And
Are you sure you want this?
I was right.
Yeah, you don't want this one,
movie.
though?
Like,
This is the one you want to
I don't know if you want
this
the
is the
Hallmark.
one to take the win over.
Yeah.
Honestly.
have.
But
Take the dub with something else.
going in the holiday spirit, or like kind of just because this is a time where a lot of things get dropped. Are you guys watching anything fun right now or anything? Like, what's the
Wednesday.
rewatch.
Yes,
Kids
I
and
need to
Girls
watch
Tonight.
it. I
Should
love
too.
that
I've heard good
show.
things. It's my whole TikTok feed is like the
Wednesday.
the video of her dancing. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah, that's my whole feed.
Shout out to my fellow degenerates. I'm watching Chainsaw Man, and the last episode got me. Oh, let me tell you, I was crying in the club.
Jenna Ortega, if you're listening, I love you.
Wow.
Oh,
George.
That's bold.
Is that canon?
What else do you guys watch?
I'm watching Rami. I don't know if you guys have Hulu or anything, but
I do have Hulu, but
it's a lovely show. I think FX makes it, but it's pretty much about this guy kind of going through life and struggling with religion a little bit. And it sounds like a serious show, but it's like a comedy thing going on. And
It was good though.
I love it. It's actually really well written. Season 3 I'm on. And
Okay.
I gotta pace myself though, because like I can't finish it now. And I gotta spread out the last few episodes.
Yeah.
Leslie.
Shrek 2.
Sometimes
Please.
Let's go into break with Accidentally in Love.
I
please.
refuse to play that song on air.
No, but seriously, Leslie. What's up?
I started watching a show called Shining Girls for class, and now I want to actually finish it. And it's from a book too. So
We love hearing that you like watch something in class and you were like, I actually like this enough to watch
my
it.
professor picks really good like shows.
That's good.
because it's called the class's adaptation, so we watch and read things that were like books.
Oh,
that now
adapted. Oh,
shows.
that's
Yeah.
so cool. I love that. They didn't have a class like that when I was here. What?
I think it's literally only being taught this semester because I don't even see it for next semester. I don't think it's a recurring
Oh.
class. It's like one of those like special topics.
I've been watching I started it over Thanksgiving break, The White Lotus. Everybody's been talking about that. It's on HBO. It's wild. I'm caught up now and I'm like now I have to wait for them to drop weekly and I'm really excited. Oh, yes. And the season 1 like season 1
Yeah.
is literally just 6 episodes, so you could literally binge it like really fast. And then season 2 it's a brand new cast of people. So
Oh,
it's like so it
okay.
changes. And the first season they shoot it in Hawaii and the second one is in Sicily.
Is this isn't
Aubrey
reality?
Plaza?
No. It's
Wait,
yeah,
so-
she's in it. Yeah. It's like kind of like a murder mystery whodunit kind of thing.
Ooh,
But
ooh,
it's not
okay,
like
now makes
gory or
sense.
anything. It's like a comedy drama, a dramedy, if you
Nice.
will.
I heard it's really good. I gotta
If you
check
will.
it out.
But anyways, I am talking for too long. Let's get into that game stuff.
Let's go. Nerd stuff.
Okay, so if you're a gamer, this segment's for you, I guess.
Ryan.
Dancing in
I
the
was
dirt.
like, Ryan seems very excited.
Yeah.
Marvel's Midnight Suns is a game coming out on Friday, December 2nd. That's tomorrow. Wow. And is a tactical role-playing game developed by Firaxis Games in collaboration with Marvel Games. It will feature comic book characters from multiple Marvel comics properties, such as Midnight Suns, Avengers, X-Men, and Runaways. Ooh la la. And then we ooh.
I love the game.
What?
No, you don't love it. All right. Need
I-
for Speed then.
The bid is lost.
I tried.
Need for Speed Unbound is another game that
Nobody asked for it.
and nobody asked for it. And most likely 4 people would actually play it. In this game, you will race against time, outsmart the cops, and take on weekly qualifiers to reach the Grand Lakeshore's Ultimate Street Racing Challenge.
So that's the description for the
Wow.
past 6 Need for Speed
Yeah.
games, right?
I mean,
But this one's Unbound.
but this
Oh,
is
it's
the
Unbound.
Grand
You know.
Lake
Wow.
Shore.
It just changes everything.
Right.
You know what? Just to spite you, I'll be the 5th person to play it.
Yeah, JT.
I will play the game out of spite.
Let us know how it goes.
I'll
Are you
make it
gonna win?
6.
You should like stream the
Probably
game.
not.
Just stream the game.
We have
There
a
you go.
video game show. here.
Yes,
We'll have it.
Dennis. We'd love to see it.
Maybe we can convince them to stop playing Smash for a day and play this one.
Maybe they could win the Grand Lake Shores Ultimate Street Racing Challenge.
Oh, the one in Need for Speed Unbound coming this Friday?
December
So
2nd.
wait, let me ask you. Is this like another like what's that big racing game that I'm forgetting? Grand
Forza?
Theft? Is it
Oh,
like
Grand
Theft?
Grand Theft Auto was not a racing game.
I think
I mean, like somewhat.
You can just
Can race.
drive the car around, which is what I do
Oh,
in that
no.
game.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto
What?
they do have street racing modes.
They
like
do.
if you drive by certain spots, yeah, they'll be like, yeah, come join a street race with us.
The only racing game I know is Mario Kart.
That turned
Great game.
GTA
Great
5 really turned in from like a crime/street racing game to just like, yeah, screw it. Let's add like jet boosters and wings onto this car and also the Tron bike and
The
Aliens.
Trump.
aliens. Yeah, it's like it took such a left turn. But that's what happens if a game is out for 8 years.
With
My favorite-
no
My
update.
favorite thing
Yeah,
is
with
when you-
no update on the next game.
when you said racing game, I thought of this TikTok I saw this past week that this girl was like, I have to take my driver's test and I really want to learn. But so she got a steering wheel and then bought like a $50 game and then like just started practicing with the steering
No,
wheel.
I know,
You got her license.
Running over people.
Oh my god.
I don't think you're gonna pass at
Ooh.
this rate.
Nah, I was like,
Imagine preparing for your driver's test from a video
Don't
game.
judge her. When I was
I
had my
will.
driver's permit, I went to Chuck E. Cheese, and that's where.
Oh, you played that
Mhm.
You practice at Chuck E.
see some
Cheese?
Mario Kart.
Yeah. Mean.
Alrighty, guys.
What do you
We
doing
are-
at
Oh my
Chuck E. Cheese
God.
at 17 years old?
Oh.
Nah. Dave and Buster's is where it's at.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I gotta cash in my tickets. I got like 2,000 tickets across 5 tickets.
Maybe
I
we'll
have
get
so
like
many
a
pack of
like
gum.
a pack-
Yeah.
You'll get a
You think
nice
I got
log.
George?
I was 20.
a pack
I
of gum
couldn't
that's
afford it,
expired 3
so-
years ago.
I was gonna say, you guys think if I go to Dave and Buster's, I can cash in for a wheelbarrow full of pennies? That's a callback.
Absolutely.
Anyways, we're gonna take a quick break here as we approach the top of the hour. You are listening to the Morning Buzz Alumni Edition Takeover Week Edition Takeover here on 90.
Stick around.
Here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, New Jersey. Stick around. Be back in a bit. Yeah.
They say singing can help you remember things. Okay, I take that back, but we're still pretty cool.
I want to be cool. I want to be cool like a dog on a skateboard.
You're here. You're at WMSC.
You're right. I am here at WMSC
With no
90.3
skateboard.
Upper Montclair, New Jersey. Oh my goodness. And I'm here on the Morning Buzz.
The morning buzz.
The Morning Buzz.
Wait, they let you back in?
What? It's true. They did let me back in. For those of you who just woke up and just tuned in, we just said the name of the channel and the show, yada, yada. You probably get the gist. Hello, Facebook people. I'm going to give you a wave because y'all deserve love too. We're on iHeart. We're on the radio waves. We're on Facebook.
Are you gonna say who you are?
Who I am? No.
Yeah.
I'm going to let people guess.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to let people guess. Nobody knows who I am,
The
Leslie.
artist formerly known as?
I am the artist formerly known as Ryan Trick. If you follow me on social media, you got to fool the haters. I am at not Ryan Trick on socials. Hit me up on Twitter. I am
Hey,
not
tweet
on
him
Instagram.
on.
Please, please angry tweet me. When I was working
Oh
at
my
Sirius, I
God.
finally got angry tweets.
Did you?
After, yeah, I got
No.
angry tweets at the, yes, if you want to. Because I all throughout college, I was like, please, I hope somebody angry tweets me
And
one day.
nobody
It'd be
ever
really
did.
funny. And nobody did. And
Listen
then
to
boom, I got angry tweeted while I was at Sirius.
Can I make a request for everybody here? Everybody should just hate tweet him right now.
Hey, tweet 'em. Yes.
You stink.
You're smelly.
But I put deodorant on, I swear. Anyways, I am
You
joined by
wear
my
glasses, nerd.
Yeah, I got that. I got that
Isaiah.
paid
I don't want to talk about it.
Your glasses are the size of the card.
All right, George. Oh man.
George got his contacts back, and now he's
Yeah.
like,
There you go. Anyways, I am joined by the lovely.
What about talking?
Excuse me, guys. I want to intro my name.
Never.
Thanks. Hey, yeah, I'm Amanda Marino, also coming back to the show today.
Also joined by,
Leslie Gallagher. Hello.
and we are being supervised by our wonderful
Zay Zay.
and sure.
Yes. Y'all don't know how long I've been waiting for Zay Zay to catch on. When I
Zay
started, he was all like,
on.
"Ew, that's weird." I'm like, "It's gonna catch on. Don't worry, love." And he's like, "Oh, like okay, whatever." And then now, guess what?
It's caught
He
on.
says Zay
Zay Zay on the program. What can we
It's
say?
caught on.
You know what? Since you finally said Zay Zay, I'll finally accept program.
So I have a question. Since there's people that might be just joining us now on Facebook Live or 90.3, could we get a new newscast potentially?
From JT.
I've decided, yes, we can get.
Cool. I'm so excited for it. Hit me with it.
So I guess we'll start with some national news. Idaho State Police added 4 campus patrols and 14 patrols for the general community as the University of Idaho hosted a vigil last night for the 4 students fatally stabbed earlier this month. Several hundred people attended the vigil
mics are
on the
off. Can I
campus of
please have some water? I
9,300
beg.
students to commemorate the
have water?
victims Ethan Chapin,
Can I have
Kaylee
water?
Goncalves, Zana Coronado, and
I'm so
Madison
thirsty.
Logan. And more national news, CNN informed employees that layoffs have begun, a move that is expected to impact hundreds of staffers at the Global News Network and mark the deepest cuts to the organization in years. Meanwhile, NPR will need to cut at least $10 million from the current fiscal year ending next September. In local news this time around, Hugh Bonneville, downtown Abbey star, visited Montclair Literary Festival last week. Although he may not have wanted to become famous, the packed temple on Tuesday night, November 15th, showed that he most certainly is. Bonneville was most best known for playing Robert Crawley, Earl of Grantham, on Downtown Abbey. He was in Montclair to talk about his most recent role as an author. His memoir, Playing Under the Piano from Downtown to Darkest Peru, was released by Other Press on November 8th. Montclair was one of the only 3 stops in the United States on Bonneville's book tour. And in weather, it is going to be severely cold. Yes, global warming has finally been defeated for now. And for the whole next week, it's going to be freezing, starting with today, high of 41, low of 25. We're going to stay in highs of 40s all the way up until Sunday. Some rain on Saturday and Tuesday. And there's no point in reading the rest because we're looking at highs of 40 and 50 all throughout the next week. So please bundle up. Don't stay outside longer than you have to unless you like the cold and you're a psychopath. Other than that, this has been JT Bethia with your morning newscast.
Thank you, JT. And now back to the thing I know nothing about, which is why we have our experts, George, with
Yes,
the
that's me. Hello.
Sportscast.
All right, here we go. So previously on the 7 a.m., I gave you some World Cup updates, but if you're just joining us now, I'll update you again. Why not? So World Cup updates. Australia defeats Denmark 1-0 to advance to the knockout stage. Tunisia defeats France 1-0, but because Australia won, Tunisia is eliminated from nothing. Both teams will advance to the knockout stage. Mexico defeats Saudi Arabia 2-1. Both teams have been eliminated from the World Cup. Mexico is eliminated due to losing the goal differential to Poland. NFL Week 13 starts off tonight. Buffalo Bills versus New England Patriots. Bills looking to improve to 9-3. Patriots look to improve to 7-5. NHL Rangers defeat the Ottawa Senators 3-1. Rangers improve to 11-9-4 on the season. NHL news, Pittsburgh Penguins defenseman Chris Letang out indefinitely after suffering a stroke on Monday. Letang suffered a stroke in January of 2014. Prayers up to him, and we'll hope to see him on the ice soon. Brooklyn Nets defeated the Washington Wizards 113-107. Nets improved 12-11 on the season. New York Knicks lost to the Milwaukee Bucks 109-103. Knicks fall to 10-12 on the season. And let's do a little bit of Montclair State updates for sports. Montclair State University's men's basketball team defeated Rosemont 88-74 last night. Redhawks improved to 5-0 on the season. Mike Jackson led the way with 19 points, shooting 7 from 19 from the field, while Amir Williams scored 18 points, shooting 9-10 from the field. Congratulations to the Redhawks on their win last night. This has been George Calasia with your Sportscast.
Thank you, George Callicia, for
Oh,
the
you're
sports
so
cast.
welcome.
Sounded like you were yawning there, Ryan. You don't like sports?
No, I love sports. Like I told you, you get the ball and you throw it into the hole in the ground with the flag, right?
Mhm.
And then
Well, really small one, yeah.
This is
Yeah.
really sounding like deja vu
And
again,
then
and I don't know.
you
Like,
do the
Repeating our jokes.
no, I used
It's
I
just
used the same
no.
joke and a different
Slightly
series,
different.
slightly different.
so you know what's really weird about like being back here, Ryan, and maybe you could like agree with me, is
Yeah.
that I feel like there's new segments and new things that like they've done, which is awesome. Like I love seeing that like the morning buzz has grown so much from when we were here.
Yeah.
But one of those
Yeah.
new segments is like actually coming up. And I mean,
You know, I don't think
Times are
you're in the
changing.
wrong by saying that.
Whoa! Let's do Am I in the Wrong?
Yes,
Presented to you by me. So guys,
And Reddit.
my daughter and I were recently on
wait,
vacation.
hold on. Before you start, can you fill in everybody?
You have a
Like,
daughter?
can you?
I have a daughter.
Everybody,
Three.
yeah, there might be some new listeners today, maybe potentially. Can you tell us what
So,
this segment
Am
is?
I in the Wrong is a segment where we go to the wonderful site of Reddit and we discuss whether or not people are they share their problems and we decide, are they in the wrong? Are they not in the wrong? Or is everyone an absolute garbage pile of a
It's
human
true.
being?
And
If you-
disclaimer, these stories are not our own. They are from the internet, aka Reddit. Woohoo.
It's true. It's basically, am I the you know what? I can't say it because our overlords at the FCC are listening.
And the other thing is,
I
me and
hope they're
Ryan have not heard this yet, so this is not like
No.
like nobody
a
is
thought.
heard it.
No, like yeah, like this isn't scripted.
So,
We
yeah.
have no idea what this is going to be. That's going to be thrown at us right now. So that's going to be very
Yeah.
interesting.
Isaiah's
but-
been gatekeeping. so-
yeah, yeah, for sure. All
My
right, let's go.
favorite hobby. Back to my daughter and I. As we were recently on vacation, we spent the day in an area that's known to have a lot of rich and famous people. And towards the end of the day, we saw one of my daughter's favorite celebrities. We'll call her A. Why? I don't know. Walking out of a store. My daughter ran to the store, but when she got near A, she was stopped by A's security. They said that A's there with her daughter for her daughter's birthday and wants to focus on her daughter. Daughter. My daughter was very upset because she's been a fan of A for a very long time. So she tried again for a picture, but was turned away. My daughter was crushed. So later that night, I made a post talking about my experience with A, how she wouldn't let anyone go near her and her daughter. The fact that her security was rude and not willing to stop for a couple of seconds for a picture. Listen, I understand it's her daughter's birthday, but a 1 minute interaction with a fan isn't going to ruin her day. And if it does, that girl needs to learn the world doesn't revolve around her. The post ended up getting a lot of attention, and a lot of people actually said my daughter and I were being entitled. We're expecting A to interrupt her daughter's birthday for everyone that wants a picture. My husband also saw the post and said he couldn't believe that I would bash her for trying to spend the day with her daughter. I'm not trying to bash her for spending the day with her daughter, but she wouldn't be where she is without her fans. So I think she at least owes it to them to take a picture. So, am I in the wrong?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yes.
you are.
definitely.
Sorry.
Because if every single one of her fans is like, can't I just have a quick 30-second picture? You're getting into, oh, so I'm spending my daughter's birthday being a celebrity and not being a mom.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
You
And
know?
it's they don't have an obligation to stop and take pictures
No.
with you. It's not like it's in their contract that's like, okay, every time I see you, a fan, I have to stop and take a picture and sign an autograph or whatever the case may be. No, that person's in the wrong for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you said that her daughter was entitled, but really your daughter's the entitled one. here,
Exactly.
because
Yeah.
it's like you're the people asking, like feeling that this person needs to do an action for you when they're clearly busy and trying to enjoy life like a normal human being.
Exactly. It's like you're picturing them as a celebrity, but people fail to realize that celebrities are also people,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
it's also
and they
like-
have a family. And it's
Yeah.
like how it would be like for a normal person, say like a non-celebrity, right? If you're celebrating your daughter's birthday and you get a work call, you're not going to take the work call unless it's like
Yeah.
insanely urgent.
Mhm.
You're going to
Yeah.
be like, sorry, call me back tomorrow. I'm celebrating like a family. thing."
Yeah.
You know?
And I think it's funny that this gets brought up because when I used to be on the buzz, I used to always talk about theater, and this is my time to also talk about it again. There's this thing in theater that's like if you go see a Broadway show or something.
musicals are cool. Anyway, continue.
Yes, I love that you like musicals too. Anyways, so in Broadway and like kind of that whole culture, there used to be a thing really before the pandemic, stage touring, and it still happens today. And stage touring is after the show, you will go wait outside and like see if like any of the actors will come out and sign your playbill, take picture with you. And obviously, sometimes when it's like huge celebrity, it's super exciting. It got to a point with stage touring though. Obviously, the pandemic happened, but also like sometimes big celebrities. Like I know one time Brandon Urie was in a Broadway show, and people would leave the show like mid show to get outside and like want to get in like a view so that he could like stop for them, whatever. The point being is it's gotten out of hand where people would take it on social media and be like, why didn't this person stop for me, why didn't blah 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 blah, and it's like ridiculous. And like again, nobody's in like signed a contract that said you have to like stop for the people outside just because. It's like, no, that's not in your contract. Your contract is to perform from 8 to 10 p.m. and then you're done and you can go home, like whatever the case may be. Like it's crazy to me that people think they deserve something like that.
Actually, I have something similar to that. I grew up also in theater at Thespian, and many of you who are familiar with the overrated Netflix series Stranger Things might know that one of the actors, Gabe Matarazzo, lives in New Jersey. He actually lives about 2 towns over from me. For all high school theater kids, they know there's one big event for thespians. It's called Thespian Festival. It's held in some high school in the middle of literally in Central Jersey. I think it's in Robbinsville High School. Gaten Matarazzo is a thespian at his school, so he would always go. I think it was my junior year, and there was this one kid who had just joined theater. He was new to it. I think he just did it because he was bored, but he was new to it. So like a festival was pretty cool to him. It was just something to do on his weekend. And Gaten walks into the door, and like almost everybody else gets the unspoken rule: don't approach him. He's not Stranger Things Gaten right now. He's high school theater nerd Gaten right now. Leave him alone unless he talks to you. Well, anyway, this idiot didn't get that memo, so he ran right up to him asking for a picture. And when clearly the guy said no, he walks right back up to me and goes, well, that was rude. I go, no, you're just stupid. But it's okay.
No, I get that. I totally get that. I don't think it's wild. I think someone expected one of us to be like saying this person was right, but we were all like, yeah, no, you are wrong.
You have your own life. And it's also like you go up and hey, can I have a picture? They can say no. Like it's their life. So I don't know. But anyways, we may be taking a break.
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. But yeah, you're in the wrong. Don't bother celebrities. It's like, please come on. Yeah.
They want to have a life too.
Exactly. They want to have a life too. That said, we are gonna take a break, and yes, it's time to play more music. In case you haven't had your coffee or caffeinated tea, or if you just don't drink caffeine, don't worry. That's fine because I'm going to wake you up, yes, with a little bit more pop punk. We'll be right back on WMSC.
Let me see. Let me go out and come back in, maybe.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Morning Buzz. We have a very special guest interview with Bloomfield College. Marshada Evans, the one, the only. Welcome to the Morning Buzz.
Excited about being here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you perfectly. And let's get started. Will Bloomfield College maintain its athletic teams?
Wow, first off the bat.
That's right to it, right to it.
We definitely hope so. We don't, as we work through this merger and all the specifics, there's so many other entities that are involved, such as the NCAA. And they've never had a situation before where they've had a D2 and a D3 school merge. They've had a Division I and a Division III merge before. So again, we're setting another precedent, a wonderful model that we hope that can be sustained, and that is our plan.
That's beautiful. And for those who are unaware, Bloomfield College and Montclair State will be merging. And it's an exciting time to be alive in the tri-state area, as these two colleges will combine to make a better dynamic duo than LeBron and Wade, than Jordan and Pippen. I mean, come on, it's going to be an exciting time.
I got to bring Kobe in there because I watched the
Kobe. Okay. All right. Kobe and Shaq. All right. Okay. All right. So tuition at Bloomfield College is a bit more than double the cost of Montclair tuition. Will this change in the merger? And if not, what is the value proposition for students to stay at Bloomfield College as opposed to just attending Montclair State?
Again, that's another great question. We will be following the same tuition model that is at Montclair State University, just so you know that. And a lot of times people don't understand how private tuition works. There's this huge discount rate. You have what's the published rate versus what people actually pay. So a lot of our students, again, based on the demographics that we serve, that are low SES, first in their family, most of our students pay from $1,000 to $3,000 a semester anyway, because we get TAG and other types of support for our students in Pell.
Absolutely. That's great news, honestly, and I'm excited to see what happens as well. And the union has been sounding the alarms about a potential of job losses due to the merger, but Montclair does not have an excess of personnel resources. What can you share with the faculty and staff members that may be listening about this issue?
We had an opportunity yesterday, and Dr. Capel and some of his other administrators came over and met with our faculty. We're meeting with our staff today. Of course, we won't be able to take over 100%. But, I know that with the mission and the commitment of Montclair State University, they're going to do their best to retain the individuals that we need to continue, again, functioning here at Bloomfield College. So we're working through a process. We will let people know, hopefully in a timely manner, that what the future will be, and as soon as possible, because it's very stressful. But one of the things is that I can always say is that we're committed to students first, but our whole collective community to make sure that we do right by them. So we're not really sure how that's going to look right now, but we're working together as a team to try to figure that out.
All right. Now, I'm graduating soon. I know what my diploma is going to say. Hopefully it says Montclair State University. I imagine that's what it's going to say.
Yes.
Now, I'm curious, for the Bloomfield College graduates, what is it going to say on that beautiful piece of paper?
Well, this is really an exciting year for us. It's kind of interesting that the merger is coming up as it is, because in May of this year, in 2023, coming up academic year, it'll be our 150th graduation ceremony. So again, we're planning a big celebration as we transition into a partnership and a merger with Montclair State University. So moving forward, it'll be Bloomfield College at Montclair State University. of
Beautiful.
Montclair State University.
Awesome. Now I'm excited for that. I mean, 150 years. What a journey. Am I
I
right?
know.
Here's
I
to
know.
100, another 150, you know? Well, let's
Yes.
double it, all right?
I won't be around for it, but yes.
Hey, I'm trying to be. I'm trying my best to stay around as long as possible.
You're young. You're young.
In what ways will the two institutions remain independent, and in what ways will they be separate institutions?
Well, again, we're really looking at trying to develop a national model. You have a private institution that is now merging with a public institution, not just a public institution, but an R2 Hispanic serving institution. And Bloomfield College is predominantly Black and also Hispanic serving. About 90% of my students of color, 52% I mentioned is first generation. It's a unique institution to the state of New Jersey. So we're really looking at a way that we can maintain our unique identity. You can probably see in the wall behind me some of my children, but saying that again, each person, each student likes to be at a different type of campus. Some want to be at a campus that has 20,000 students. Some might want to be better served and have more success at a smaller institution. So Dr. Capel and I, with a group of faculty, staff, and maybe some national thought leaders, are going to look at what can we do to make the Bloomfield College experience unique, not a less than campus, not just the Black and brown campus or the poor kids campus, but one where you come and have a unique educational experience. So again, where we're working through all those specifics, but it is an exciting time. It's not just that deficit model of how do we survive, but really how do we thrive and become, again, a national model for others to want to emulate.
Absolutely. I mean, the future is exciting, and we're sitting here with Marshada Evans from Bloomfield University or Bloomfield College, guys. I mean,
yes,
it's going to be a fun time. We're excited about it. Now, one final question before we let you go.
Mhm.
I'm sure you've heard about it from President Campbell's investiture. He's done a lot of work here with WMSC with his alter ego. I don't know if you're aware of this. Dr. K loves the vinyl. So could we expect some competition with you guys and our radio station? And if you were to compete in a vinyl marathon with Dr. K, what artists are you playing?
First, let me say how exciting it is to have a president that will do this, right? I think he's done a couple midnight shows, and yes, trust me, I've heard about Dr. K. I was actually participating in his installation there at Montclair State University. But let me just say this. I'm from the South. I have siblings that have degrees in music. He's not ready. He's not ready for me. So, if we have to do a versus, Bloomfield College versus
a versus, okay.
You better bring it, because again, I go from old school all the way up to new school. So we're looking at who I would bring. Old school, Aretha, Gladys, Whitney, Luther, Christina, Janet. But then I actually do know about Lizzo, Camilla, Ed Sheeran doing this collab with Cardi B and Camilla, BTS. So whenever he's ready, just let me know.
So pretty much what you're saying is if he wants to smoke, come get the smoke.
Thank you.
Got it. That's a beautiful time to be alive, guys. We're excited about the future with Bloomfield and Montclair State. Thank you so much, Marshada Evans, for joining us. And maybe we'll have you on the show again in the near future to talk some more things going on with our universities.
Sounds great. I'm ready when you are.
Great. Talk
Y'all
to you soon.
take care. And great end to your semester as well.
Thank you. And good luck with you as well. Guys, we're here on the Morning Buzz. Let's talk about what's going on within our world now. Spotify Wrapped, it's huge. It's exciting.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
If
you don't
he wants to smoke, he can get the smoke. I'm putting that on a Christmas card and sending that everywhere.
So all I want for Christmas, guys, is my Spotify Wrap. But that's funny coming from me because I don't even have Spotify anymore.
You're an Apple user.
I switched this year at the beginning of the year with everything going down with Spotify. I actually switched, and I've been using Apple since. It was the whole Joe Rogan, thing, and I'm not going to go down that road. But
No, it's not.
He was right. No, I'm kidding.
Where's that it's the podcast of the year, still from Spotify. But my point being is I just switched on my own terms anyway. It's time for a change anyway. But so I don't appreciate the hate about being an Apple user. Okay.
Ew, cootie.
See, that's my thing. Apple people, I can understand it. I can appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's not for me. I had it before. I'm more of a Spotify guy.
But for
draw
anyone
the
who's
line
always
tight.
listening to radio, I mean, there's also Spotify and Apple and all these other platforms. At the end of the year, they put out like a list, basically like a computer generated list of what you listen to the most of the year, what artists, what album, what songs. For Spotify users, I know they create a playlist. I think Apple does it as well too. That's like 100 of the songs you listen to, and they also rate all the stats of like this is you were in the top percentile of this artist and all that jazz, which is super fun to see. The lists, what they drop yesterday? There was yesterday,
Yeah,
right? Because I think
yesterday,
I
yes.
started posting them yesterday. I
Yesterday
don't think I
early.
got mine like I got mine like a few days before that. I'm gonna say that as an Apple user. But anyway,
I like Apple.
Spotify, guys. Leading the pack was Bad Bunny, who for the third year in a row was the most streamed artist globally on Spotify.
Surprise to no one.
The
You
Puerto
guys are
Rican rapper and singer's tracks generated more than 18.5 billion streams so far on this his Spotify. Then also this runner-up was Taylor Swift, which comes to a surprise as
Yeah,
nobody.
to nobody again.
Right.
My top artist. Surprise.
Her album Midnights got to number 4 on the US most streamed albums, and an impressive feat given that it dropped less than 6 weeks ago. That's when you know, guys. You had dropped an
very
album
impressive.
6 weeks ago and it's already like hitting number 4,
Yeah,
right?
honestly.
Also Drake, The Weeknd, and BTS rounded out the top 5 most streamed artists globally on Spotify for 2022. Spotify's most streamed song of 2022 was Harry Styles' hit As It Was, with more than 1.6 billion streams globally this year.
And that didn't come out until like what later in the
Spring.
year?
May.
Oh, in
May.
the spring?
Yeah.
May or April.
That long ago?
Yeah.
Wow, doesn't feel
It
that
was
long
May,
ago.
I think. Yeah.
I wanna
So
say
Still
May,
1.6 billion.
so
That's
you're not even
crazy.
starting like January 1 and you have time to grow. Like it's like, nah.
Yeah.
But so I
That's
thought that
crazy.
it would be really fun today. That you guys all have Spotify. I have Apple.
Yes.
We could look at like our raps together and kind of see what everybody
What's
got.
everyone's minutes listened? I want to know.
106,607.
You're lying to me.
I'm not.
He's not. I saw the picture.
106,000?
Yes.
Yeah. Mine is 93,558.
I was
That's a
slacking,
lot.
man.
I'm slacking this year,
Slacking
too.
I
so
was
hard.
slacking this.
No,
Like y'all have average. I just
nah,
always listen to music.
nah, I'm slacking. For
Always.
me, I'm at
Oh,
36,500.
come on. man.
22,887, which is
yeah, but
really
you
low
dropped
from
off of Spotify, right?
No,
So
but also the other thing was I realized not being in college anymore, like I would listen to it like walking to class,
Yeah.
walking to like from my apartment and stuff like that. Like now that I'm not like
I'd
at
listen to
school
it in
anymore. Well, yeah, that's you, or you're doing homework, right? But like
Yeah.
sometimes like I'll forget in the workday to just like turn on music and it will be like 5 hours have gone by and I'm like, oh, I haven't listened or watched anything while I'm working today.
yeah.
Oops.
Oopsie.
Yeah, so no, yeah, I've only had 22,887.
I was at 20,526.
George, what are you doing, man? Step
Not
it up.
listening to music.
Step
That
it
was the
up.
point.
Leslie, what were you at?
I'm still trying to find my number. I have no idea. Confuse me. I feel like a grandma.
I saw a tweet that said
Post.
No.
I screenshotted all of mine,
I
forgot to
looked
post
through
it.
Yeah.
I'll
saw a
post it
tweet
after
that
the
said-
show.
Okay,
I
so
think I posted one thing about mine.
Yeah.
okay, so all right, so moving on to the next question. What was your guys' top song of the year?
"Abandoned" by Rod Wave.
Song.
Top song.
Ojitos
top
lindos.
song.
from Bad
Mine,
Bunny.
mine was
Taylor
Till-
Swift.
No, it actually wasn't.
Really?
Stop including me. My top song is "Till Forever Falls Apart" by Ash featuring Phineas, which is the only song I know by her.
That's so
It's a really
funny.
good song, and I had it on repeat.
So wait, side note for a second. Were you one of the verified fans, Leslie? I have to ask for
I
Taylor.
was. And
You
I,
were?
You were.
Did you get a ticket?
I
you
got
got a
two
ticket?
tickets.
You got two tickets.
One for me.
Oh
one for
my
sister.
goodness.
And it was pretty crazy.
What is
And she
verified
took
fan?
out more student
Taylor Swift
loans to
fans.
pay
You
for
got
them.
to get verified fan to
I
get
hear
free
you,
sale.
Oh,
Did you actually pay $90K for a Taylor Swift ticket?
No, paid a very reasonable amount, if you ask me.
only 200.
Only $3,000.
I don't want to talk about it on it.
Wow.
Actually, it's like, well, it's way less than what I paid to go.
Well, I mean, that's good.
But
That's good, but I mean,
no,
like,
no, I actually got good tickets before the resellers.
oh, okay, that's
There
good.
you go.
So,
And I'm also like all the way up. Really
okay,
far
got those
from her.
nosebleeds.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
What
yeah.
what are your guys' top songs?
Top songs. My top
Oh.
3 songs are from a band that is also my top artist that probably nobody's ever heard of called
Microwave,
Microwave.
yeah.
Yep.
Microwave
Oh yes.
from somebody.
It might have been me.
I use it often.
My-
Might have been me. No, my top song.
I kept Hot Pockets in it all the time.
Exactly.
Hot Pockets?
I've had my minutes
Hot
though.
pocket.
Finally,
You found your minutes?
Hey,
Yeah.
How many minutes?
19,875.
Slack it.
Oh, come
I don't
on,
listen.
man.
I don't own
Leslie had the
headphones,
least
so
amount
I
of
don't listen to
minutes.
music going
Okay,
places. I only
good.
listen to it
Leslie, you can get,
on the radio.
Leslie, you can get like headphones for like $5.
I don't like headphones.
That's
that
fair.
much.
My
I can't
top
listen to
song.
music while I'm walking places.
Oh, that's I can't do that. Now my top song is "Circling the
it's bad.
Drain" by Microwave, which came out like halfway through the year and
Ooh.
was still my top song by far. I think it said I listened to it well over 100 times since it had come out.
My top song for Apple wise was I Ain't Worried by One Republic from the Republic. Top Gun soundtrack.
2006.
One Republic since like
I would have thought it was gonna be like, I don't know, like Foos or just a,
Top 3.
Oh.
Yes, they really hurt actually.
happened?
Barnesy took the
I'm not gonna lie. That said, with confidence, not in my top 5.
wow.
Yeah,
My top artist was Hailstorm actually.
State
And my
Oh, I
top,
love
that
song.
that I knew.
okay,
That I
so
saw coming.
my top album was Harry Styles. Harry's
Harry House. That's
My,
a good
like,
album.
I know, but like for me, that's weird. Like I as
yeah.
coming person, that's like usually Foo Fighters and all this stuff.
I would not have picked that as your top
No,
like
that's
album.
my top album.
Yeah,
Embarrassingly enough, he was my top artist too. He was number 3.
that's crazy.
What about you, shout around people?
Nah, my top artist, Rod Wave at the top. Most people only remember him from that one Hard on Ice song from what?
Yeah, honestly, I
20
feel like that's the only Rod Wave song I've actually listened to.
Nah, actually, my brother got me onto him. I remember it happened last spring break. I came back home and my brother had him on repeat, and then he just grew on me, and I came back playing him on repeat, and it's just been nonstop for the rest of the year. Second is August Alsina, which personally should have been first because I've been listening to August on repeat since 2014.
Big month for August as well.
Yeah,
In the news.
Listen, when I wanted August to be trending again after he went on his hiatus, I didn't mean Jada Smith. But it happened. Number 3 is Clever. Number 4, Juice World. Number 5, Chris Brown.
Chris Brown, Breeze.
Yeah,
Gotta
I'm
love
surprised
it.
he's that low.
Let's go.
George, what about you? George? I feel like you got some weird taste in music.
I
I'm not gonna
really
lie.
do, and you guys better get ready for this because this is interesting. My top artist, actually, it's a band.
Wow.
Isaiah, you'll be so proud of me. I think you can probably guess what it is. Do you have a guess?
I don't have a guess.
You don't
Hit
have a
it with
guess.
me, hit it with me.
My number 1 artist was Big Time Rush.
Are you kidding me?
I kid you not.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah,
Way.
they got no misses, man.
You weren't kidding.
No,
I thought
Spit, no misses.
not.
Break next. Can we put on some Big Time Rush? Like, is that
Yeah.
possible?
I think we have.
See,
We
everyone
have
wants me to
one
know.
Big Time Rush song on next.
Yeah, it's
I've
we
been
need more.
bugging
It's
Mo and Jake.
Mid song.
It doesn't
too.
really fit WMSC's alt rock, vibes.
I only know one.
I mean,
Big
it
Time
depends what
Rush
you're
song.
thinking, but I mean, like, I don't know.
Time Rush.
But yeah,
You're joking, right?
but my top artist was I'm into like old songs. I don't know why, like 70s, 80s stuff like that. I'm a big Elton John fan.
Yeah.
Oh,
You'd be the fan of the best decade
So,
of music,
yeah,
George.
Elton
You're
John.
so quirky.
And my number 1 song was "Goodbye Yellow Brick Road" by Elton John.
okay.
Oh, good, good.
Okay.
And I just
Oh, but
actually
weird
fell
thing,
asleep
though.
there, George.
All throughout my top 5 is like Rod Wave. It's like my R&B, like hip hop. But my number 2 song is "Before You Go" by Louis Capaldi.
I love that song.
That sounds like a sad song.
It is.
I've never- or I don't remember.
Sing it, George.
I mean,
Sorry.
as much as Spotify Wrapped is really fun as or Apple Wrapped, or I guess if you use
They
Tidal
call it
Wrapped.
Apple Rap.
No, they they call it Apple Replay. I think it would be copyright if they called it Wrapped.
Apple Rap is just a funny phrase to me.
Apple Replay is what they call it. But I will say, as much as those are fun, nothing is as fun as listening to radio, like here on 90.3
Oh my God.
WMSC Upper Montclair.
Bills are paid.
So with that, we are going to take a quick break here and stick around. We'll be back with some more stories right after this.
Let's go.
We might take cocaine.
Yes, sir.
What?
Please. Say it.
I did not write this. That the beloved Japanese Italian plumber will be a hit. It's a Japanese Italian plumber played by a white guy.
Yeah.
The trailer gave us a real look into the characters in the movie from Luigi to Peach, and so far, I can't read this. So okay, I'm gonna ad lib this story. Sorry,
Ad-lib.
forget the script. All right. So the Mario movie, for those of you who don't know, it was announced forever ago. Like the cast, like Chris Pratt and
Jack Black's in it.
Jack
Seth
Black.
Rogen.
I'm fine with Jack Black being.
Seth Rogen is Donkey
That was-
Kong.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's mad about
Seth
Jack
Rogen is
Black.
Donkey Kong, which is the best bit I think in that movie.
Hilarious.
But the guy, so Mario, people are probably like, well, why are you so mad about Chris Pratt being Mario? I'll tell you why I'm mad about it. And it's because, nothing too bad against Chris Pratt. That said, the same guy has been voicing Mario for, I believe, the past 30 years in almost all Mario media, the legend Charles Martinet, I believe. And they decided not to cast him in the Mario film. This is a guy who has been voicing this character, I will repeat, for 30 years. That is longer than any of us have been alive since
crazy.
1992. And they did not cast him for the movie. That is why I am mad about it.
You know what's funny, Ryan? I'm not gonna lie, a little bit, and I don't know if you guys agree with me. I think Ryan sounds a little bit like Chris Pratt. I'm not gonna lie. I'm hearing it in the headphones.
Insult here on the
No,
morning.
George, every buzz I've sat with you, you've said about 5 things that have made me question if you're a real person.
Really?
That is one of them.
That is, dude. I'm hearing it in the headphones. I'm like, wait a minute, this guy does not like Chris Pratt.
I'm sorry, my
Real
headphones might be
person.
broken. Did you just say I sounded like Chris Pratt? There was, I had
a little
to,
bit.
I was buffering. I was rebooting
So-
for a minute after you said
Wait,
that.
hold on.
I-
Wait. Is that why your name is actually Chris?
Oh my
Oh my
Don't
God,
get
yeah.
into- Don't get into this. But yes, my first name technically is Christopher. No, I am not Chris Pratt. I am not that handsome or talented or rich. I wish I was.
Might
My-
be onto something.
No.
Take off the mask, Ryan.
Look,
We all
I will neither confirm nor deny.
Lord, literally hosting the show today.
That said, me and Chris Pratt have never been in the same room at the same
Exactly.
time. So there's no way Bruce Wayne is Batman. It
Right.
doesn't make sense.
Get back on track with the thing though. To be honest, like if you just listen to the trailer, even if you don't like, you're like, okay, whatever. We cast out a celebrity, a big time star. He sounds terrible. He just sounds like himself. There's
yeah.
no energy. There's no like.
So as a huge voice actor fan, and I have friends who are voice actors, I dabble in it myself. And Amanda, I'm sure you could agree with me on this. The fact that like I don't mind celebrities who are like actors getting into voice acting. It becomes a problem for me when they don't voice act and it's just them. If you
Yeah.
listen to the trailer and close your eyes, it just sounds like Chris. He's just a dude.
It's funny. I recently had this conversation like not too long ago. I think it was with my mom that we were talking about that over the past few years. I think the biggest movie that it hit first was Monsters Inc. So that's not even the last few years. But Monsters Inc. was the first movie that actual big time like A-list celebrities were in there voicing the characters. And if you go back before that, it was people that weren't like
It's voice
known.
actors.
And now it's people that are these A-lists, which like are kicking off like the voice actors that would normally get these kinds of roles,
Mhm.
like the guy that normally plays Mario.
And
Which,
Yeah, which is messed up. Like at the end of the day, it hurts the voice acting industry, I think, and I get it. The guy who's, some people have, because I've talked about this with my friends and with other people in media and voice acting and stuff. At the end of the day, yes, the guy who has voice acted Mario for the past 30 years has done it in mostly video game media, right? So not like
Yeah,
a
so it's
film
different
sense.
than a screenplay.
Exactly. It's very different. But that said, you kind of have to give him a solid shot, I feel like, right?
I mean,
think
maybe they
mostly
mostly audition. We don't know that.
That's
Did
true,
he also
maybe.
do it
We
in
don't
a
know
TV
that.
show? Wasn't there a Mario TV?
I don't think there was a Mario.
I
TV
think
show.
you're
There
right.
was a
No, I think
cartoon,
there
yeah.
was a
Cartoon.
Mario
There
cartoon.
was.
So like, yeah, but still, Mario cartoon that's not as well known is very different from a movie filled with A-listers. So it's not just
Yeah.
him that's like, that kind of got beat out for it. It's, what is it? Bowser is Jack Black. There are loads of people, and I'm gonna forget the story I'm talking
Breaking
about because
news.
Annabelle Poland walked in the studio. Somebody fill time. while
Empress of
I'm-
Argentina has arrived, coming off the heels of an incredible World Cup performance from Messi and the crew as they beat somebody yesterday.
Wait.
Sports.
Sports.
George, who did Argentina beat yesterday?
Poland.
Argentina beat Poland.
Poland. This is right.
Anyways,
2-0.
As Coach Martin said, my home nation beat my last name. It was a tense dinner.
I saw the promo for it on Fox. Yeah.
It was tense, yeah. But we didn't kick them out of the World Cup. That would have been
I was really
bad.
hoping you would, though.
I was.
Yeah.
Really, you saw me. I was rooting for Mexico. I was like,
Yeah.
either Argentina score one more goal or Mexico
Scored once, or if they just didn't have 2 yellow cards.
to win the game because Mexico won the game, but to be kicked out of the World Cup,
Mm.
and it's the first time since 1970.
7 straight appearances in the round of 16.
Yeah,
Mhm.
crazy.
Annabella,
That's
do you have any
28
thoughts
years
about
ever.
the Chris Pratt like Mario movie, like what we're talking about right now?
No, I love Chris Pratt though. I know there's not a lot of love in the room right now.
Mamma mia.
Do you think Ryan sounds like Chris Pratt?
yeah,
the-
that's a hot take. Apparently, I sound like Chris Pratt, which I
According
didn't.
to George and nobody
George.
else.
So
It's Chris Pratt.
I just blew his mind away. I was like, what?
He does.
Like he's on vocal lessons, Ryan.
Oh man,
So wait, Ryan is
should've gotten a
actually
second-
Mario.
I should've
in
gotten-
the-
Ryan actually Chris Pratt.
I should have gotten a second monster.
This is good. If Chris Pratt calls in sick,
We have Ryan.
or
Yeah.
you can call.
That's right. If Chris Pratt calls in sick, call me because
Chris Pratt, if you're listening.
I'll actually try to sound like Mario.
All right, do your best
He's
Mario then,
really
Ryan.
Do your best Mario.
All
right now.
this, all
On
this
the spot.
trash on
Pressure.
Chris Pratt. Let's hear it, Mario.
I go. Welcome back to a 90.3 WMSC.
Oh. You already 2 hours
You,
ago?
you can't judge Chris Pratt after that.
Not a chance. Listen, I can't touch Chris
Zero
Pratt, but Chris
say.
Pratt can't touch the legend Charles Martinet. I am still. I
Martinez.
love that Martinet.
Can I ask a
I
real
don't
question,
know how to
though?
read.
Hey, you know what you have over Chris Pratt though? That you're on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair and he is not.
Let's.
I guess
go.
that's true.
We got JT the Booker. Make it happen.
Yes, this is.
I
Chris
will
Pratt in for an interview.
sooner drop.
I don't
a
think he'd want to show
comment.
up.
He'd have some competition with Ryan. I
I-
think so.
I can't. Why Chris
Do you know
Pratt
what's
of all
Put up
people?
too with just Chris Pratt overall that
You're an actor. Like, come on, man. Sorry. Go
that
ahead.
happens to cross over like in the Disney World specifically. He crosses over Marvel and he's in
He's in everything.
yeah, he's in
Jurassic
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
He's in all these franchises. Like when do you ever know another actor that like jumps the franchises and
Dwayne
stuff like
Johnson.
that?
Dwayne, yeah, Dwayne's been everywhere,
Dwayne,
man.
yeah, Dwayne the Rock Johnson's been everywhere.
We forgot Samuel Jackson.
Oh, that
This is
too, I
also
guess.
true.
What about Chris Evans playing 2 different superheroes in the Marvel?
Another
universe?
one.
Played
Yeah.
fantastic. He was in the Fantastic Four and he was Captain America.
We don't talk about the Fantastic Four movie.
Why not?
Because it's bad.
It's-
hot take. It's
You know
a
what? It's
bad
because Jessica
movie.
Alba's in it. That's why.
Oh my god, that's enough out of you.
All right, you
That's
got
enough,
you
Jordan.
got me there.
I do have one question before we move on, guys. Realistically though, do you think you could sit through 2 hours of an actual Mario movie where
Probably
he's
not.
talking like Mario?
Yes.
It's like not for nothing. Hearing someone go
Like that good.
like
I
that
can't-
long,
like,
that's
that's
awful.
But like you play video games and you hear the voice.
Yeah, but
for,
not-
like,
they're just doing random noises like, and it's like they're
about
talking.
Actual lines is way different.
Yeah,
than the
like
cute little
2
sound effects
hours?
in the game.
My
I
thing is,
can't.
maybe you guys could speak on this more. Like, I'm not like a gamer or anything, but so maybe you guys could speak on it. But do you need like an actual big time celebrity to be in this movie to have gotten you to go see the movie anyway? Or
No,
see the movie
no.
exactly, and that's the thing. You didn't need to pay this guy millions and millions of dollars to go do it. They could have gotten a nobody and like literally made money.
Guess
Like,
the only
why? Yeah. I mean, I think
reason I want to see it is because it
Yeah.
sounds awful.
The
For the
reason
non-gamers.
Maybe they did it on purpose.
that's exactly what I was just about to say. That's
to
the
get the non-gamers.
that's the reason they're doing big name people is because people might not be they might be like, oh, I like Mario, I like him on my kid's t-shirt, or my kid likes the idea of him, but oh, Chris Pratt's in it, oh, so it might be fun, and you're
I'll
gonna
just see
bring
for
in a
Jack
lot
Black.
of people.
I mean, that's
Oh, wait,
See,
yeah, she's
I
actually
love
great.
Jack Black as
Jack
Bowser.
Black as Bowser. I don't know if you guys watched the trailer. He's perfect.
Oh, he is.
My
Yeah.
favorite part of that trailer is him getting attacked by an army of penguins, and he just stands there,
Yeah.
and he just like
He
gets
just breathes
pelted with
fire and just,
snowballs.
like torches everything.
That's the funniest part of that
Yeah.
trailer. That's the only reason I'm gonna go see that movie is that. And if you saw in the new trailer,
What about the voice
Mario gets like curb stomped by Donkey gone. He gets like
Oh,
grabbed by
yeah.
the
Curb
face
stomp.
and thrown to the ground. It's so funny.
But they
to
got
watch.
Rainbow Road. I will give them credit. They do got Rainbow Road in that movie.
They
I will
do
give
have
them-
Rainbow Road. Yeah.
Rainbow Road. I wish I could ride on Rainbow Road. Kill it.
Can we play Mario
fall
Kart so I
off.
can whoop all of you on my Rainbow
Nobody
Road?
can beat me in
Mario
Mario
Kart?
Kart. I'm telling you right now, I'm the best there ever was at Mario Kart.
All right, George. No, George. Nobody cares what you have to say right now. I'm shut your mouth.
All
right.
Just kind of know.
To Morning Buzz legends, dare I say? No.
Yeah.
I have a question, and also once again, Queen of Argentina is in the house. So what have you guys been up to since graduating, moving on from the Morning Buzz? I think from my perspective, you guys have carved out pretty successful careers so thus far. Amanda, what have you been up to?
Oh, pressure. So after I graduated, thanks to the lovely help from Annabella, helping me apply for jobs and look for stuff. Always use Annabella. If you guys, any radio listeners are listening, she is a great resource. I got a job at A&E. So I'm working for A&E Lifetime History Channel. I've been working there since last August. So August of 2021. And I've been there ever since. I've had a lot of great opportunities. My team is wonderful. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about it. I've been doing that. And I also, I did technically get a degree in theater. This is me telling you don't have to get a degree in something and then pursue that still. I still do theater on the side. I do music on the side. I'm actually back here doing radio today, which I didn't pursue radio either, but it's been a part of my journey and a part of my path. So yeah, I'm thankful for being here and being able to come back and help and maybe advise people on their journeys as well. So yeah, that's that. I don't know if there's anything else to add to that. Oh, I should probably mention what I do. I do a lot of I license. I make sure we don't get sued on a lot of the stuff we do. Our original short form content, things like on YouTube between ad breaks. I also help kind of from time to time create content that they're doing too. Right now we're working on some quizzes and I'm helping write with some other producers and stuff. I'm helping them write and figure out content too. So yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's really fun.
Now, Ryan, Chris Pratt hater.
Oh,
Let's
Chris-
hear what
it's
have
Chris
you
Pratt.
been up to, good
Chris Pratt,
sir?
we have to.
Chris Pratt. What have I been up to? Well, obviously, I'm starring in the new Mario movie.
I feel like he's actually here now.
Oh no. But no, I after helping run the morning show here at WMSC, I had the chance to run another morning show over at Sirius XM. I was co-producing that show for a little while. It was great commuting 2 hours each way into the city, but honestly, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. Did that for a long time, and then now I'm just doing some freelance audio stuff, working with podcasts and other various shows, spending my free time dressing up as a janitor and sneaking into college radio stations as I do. And I have the same sentiment as you, Amanda. It's like I think the best part about being an alumni for stuff like this is being able to just talk with people who are in the position that we were in, right? And being like, hey, look, if you go into this industry, I was having a conversation, not with Isaiah. I'm a horrible
Laura.
person. Thank you, Laura. I have a bad memory. I was having a conversation with Laura last night because she was saying, oh yeah, she wants to go into Sirius and stuff, or the internship, and I was like, it's hard, I don't like the idea. And Annabelle, I'm sure you can share this sentiment. I cannot stand the idea of people being like, oh, you'll do it if you push through. And it's like, it'll be easier than you think. No, it's not. Working in audio broadcast, quite frankly, is a horrible experience. It is stressful. Things don't work half the time. Apparently, y'all's board broke down during World College
Today was a
Radio.
great example.
Like 2
Oh,
boards.
yeah.
We were on
That's
Facebook
insane.
for like 30 minutes.
But it's
Great performance space was the first one to go in August. Yeah.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
and so stuff like that happens all the time. And I think as someone who's in it, it's kind of important to tell people coming up, like, it's not easy. It's a really stressful experience, but it's fun at the end of the day, right? Because it's this weird rush of adrenaline when the mics go on.
I think
Right.
it's also nice to have come back and talk to people about it because we are recent like I'm on with Leslie again. Leslie and me started at the same exact
I know.
time,
Yeah.
the exact day.
You two came up to me at the same time
and
during a meeting. Yeah.
Because I was talking to Leslie on breaks and stuff, and it's fun to just talk about stuff because we could relate because we're so close in age that we could talk about these things, and you could ask me honestly about what I think on a certain subject or pursuing certain jobs. And I think that's like nice to have too, because sometimes you can't necessarily relate to someone if they haven't been on a show or
Yeah.
something in a long time, or maybe they're a teacher you have and they haven't been in the industry in like 30, 40, 50 years. Like, and
Yeah.
that's hard to relate to. So it's sometimes easier to relate to
People who
Yeah.
are close in age. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I think one of the things I tell my students is don't put your eggs in the same basket, and
Mhm.
also don't pigeonhole yourself into a one position, because the person who is the voice of SiriusXM Hits One, which is most popular top 40 in the nation, she was a receptionist at Sirius. And so just get in the door and do whatever you can just to learn from people around you. Socialize is important, and just spread yourself around. Like don't just say it. I love SiriusXM, that's where I come from, but there's so many other companies that are out there doing the same thing, and perhaps a little bit easier to access than the 2 hours to city back and forth. Oh my god.
I love the commute. It's great, especially when you're sitting in traffic on your way back home.
My commute
Huh,
was a triathlon.
beautiful.
I drove to a train station, took the train, and then walked 20 city blocks. So like I
Same.
said,
I have a business proposition. New Jersey Transit. Here's how you make it better. You put treadmills or bikes on those buses and trains, and at least we get our exercise in that time. So you're not just sitting there like
Mhm.
seething. I'm doing nothing.
New
for
Jersey
myself."
Transit, if you're listening.
exactly.
Uh,
But thank you so much for having us on.
Yeah, it's been fun.
It's
Thank
been
you.
a wonderful show.
Hopefully you'll invite us back again.
Can I ask you guys to say something before you go?
Yes.
It's no longer a show here. It's not a program. It's a program.
It's a program.
This program.
Program?
Indeed.
Yes. Let's go, guys. Hey, what a beautiful time. We appreciate you guys
go.
coming
Let's
back.
go.
It's
Let's
true.
go, everybody. Leslie,
go.
we got some more World Cup coverage. What can people expect today?
Yes. So today we are covering 2 games today from 2 to 4 p.m. Costa Rica versus Germany and Japan versus Spain. So if you are a soccer fan following the World Cup, WSC is covering almost every game. So yes, 2 to 4 today,
Exciting.
2 games. Tune back in if you'd like.
Sports.
Sports.
It's gonna be a great time. And tomorrow, surely enough, on the buzz.
Yeah.
Got the Super Buzz going.
3 hours
Oh my god. I forgot
of
to
Buzz
watch
concert? Alumni roundtable? I won't be here for it, but it's gonna be incredible.
I'll be here. I'll be back. Or not in
Amanda's back.
studio, but I'll be on Zoom.
Kenny, Kyle, the
Right
Friday
here?
crew. I'm sure it's gonna be a fun ride, guys.
Right here on 90.3 WMSC, Upper Montclair, New Jersey. You're welcome, FCC. Gotta appease the overlords, Annabella.
Always have to.
Yeah, because otherwise they get mad at us and they send us angry tweets.
And the founder of the Morning Buzz will be here tomorrow.
That's
Fun.
man, the myth, the legend himself. It's gonna be a great time.
Shaking.
Who's that?
Exactly.
I don't-
Tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. It has been a pleasure, Leslie, Amanda, everyone, TJ,
Thank you.
Annabella.
Thank you, WMC.
You so close.
JT?
Come on.
It's fine. I'm dyslexic. That's my excuse.
Tomorrow's the 8th anniversary of the Morning Buzz.
Eight.
Wow.
Yeah.
8 glorious
Glorious.
years.
8. Wow.
Happy 8th birthday, the morning buzz.
Happy 8th birthday. It's going to be a great time.
When I was 8, I swallowed a penny.
Oh, it's been a wonderful time, but I'm looking out the door and I see the security about to escort me away. It appears they've discovered my janitorial costume. So hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. This has been the Morning Buzz. And obviously I have to go out with some more with confidence. I got to play it every time I'm here. I can't help it. Thank you for not deleting it, Annabella.
Thank you for hosting.
She's gonna delete it right